Oh boy, it seems that Sony has most definitely stepped into it this time, uh, for a number of reasons. I've made a couple of shorts on this topic already. I want to really put my thoughts out there. I want to say some things that I think need to be said, regardless of what Sony is doing. I think that how content creators, some of them, some content creators, and somehow uh, gaming digital owners, how they go about certain things. I am incredibly disappointed in how they address this situation. And I'm more so annoyed of how, you know, physical owners is like they just want to enact a war in between all of us. And they've succeeded. They've absolutely succeeded. Now, hold on a second. I don't think that any one of us would have thought that this wasn't coming anytime soon. We just didn't think that it would be PlayStation to be the one to actually do it, essentially. They're already reassigning their workers at these facilities. They're giving them tasks, and yes, it is AI related. So, all of you digital owners, all of you digital game owners, you're crying about, oh, yeah, actually, no, you're not crying. You're celebrating that physical distribution is being ended in 2028. Well, I have something else for you to cry about. If you hate AI, but you love how physical distribution is being destroyed, you're going to also love the fact that these facilities are being reassigned into AI training. Yes, they are. That is a fact. That is confirmed. Well, why else? What else would you have your workers do at these plants? What else would you have them do? Just sit there and twiddle their thumbs between 2028 and onwards? No. No, you're going to put them to work. You're going to train AI, and you're going to train them to essentially take over your job, right? Now, I want to get into this. Uh, and forgive my stuttering. I the first thing I want to say is I am very disappointed in a lot of content creators because they're now shilling for a corporation in which I have to say ad nauseum they don't care about you at all. They don't care. Even if I were to get a physical game, right? Physical copy of Helldivers 2, for example, and then someone else get a digital. They really don't care. They want to kick out the lowest margin, which is physical owners, And if it came down to digital and there was something else that was overtaking digital, for whatever reason that is, they're going to do the exact same thing to you. So, and it's also a matter of investors, right? They don't really care about digital owners anymore as well. So you guys are in the same boat as all of us are, right? You're losing a market of gaming. That's what you're celebrating. You're losing a market of gaming, which has been longer. It's been around far longer than I have. It's been around far longer than digital. You had to buy the floppy disk for games. You had to get the cartridge for games. You had to get the CD for games. You had to get the DVD for games, which is the PlayStation 2 era. And now is Blu-ray. So Sony owns Blu-ray. Are they going to get rid of that entirely? Are they going to get rid of the physical statues that you get for these collector's edition? You can sell them for $200, $300. You've been selling them for way more than that, right? But you get a character figure. You get some cards and whatnot. Junk nowadays, because you're only going to get the digital codes for the game, right? And I think I saw this with the Marathon. What was it? Collector's Edition. It didn't even come with the game. It didn't even come with the game. So all of this complaining and whatnot. My main concern about it is art books right? I'm going to complain about art books because I love art books. Where is that going? What are we doing with that? Are we going to toss it away? They sell. You can sell more art books at Barnes and Noble. Sell more art books at Books A Million, right? For these games, because the artwork for Nier or Final Fantasy is beautiful, and it's worth keeping in like a catalog of sorts, a collection. Nope, digital owners don't see it that way. Let me ask you guys something. Since you want to ask me, when's the last time I bought a physical game? Silly question. But let me ask you guys something. When was the last time you bought a digital deluxe edition and you actually looked at the art book that you got? I'm sorry, digital art book that you got. And you actually looked at or listened to the digital soundtrack that you got. And then all these Pop-Tart editions and veterans editions and special editions and chicken editions and popcorn editions. All of these things is just additions. A slop. How many more bundles do you need to buy and play the same game? Right? But hey, if you're tolerant of that, then you're just gonna go ahead. Go ahead. I'm not stopping you. I'm just gonna look at you. Strange. It's like that's your money, and you're telling them something that we all are not gonna like in the next 10 years. So these next generation consoles, where are they gonna be? Digital only. And not only that, what type of games they're gonna play? Digital games. What type of movies they're gonna be able to watch on them? Digital movies. How many more licenses are soon to expire within this next 5-ish years, 8-ish years? Never mind quality games, never mind quality, all of these 8K promises that they keep giving us year after year. There's not one game that one is natively 8K. You're lying to yourself. That's why they took that sticker off that box. 8K. All of these signs, I'm telling you guys, your digital owners, you just ignore. The PS3 and the PS Vita stores shutting down, you just ignore it. What about these, when it comes to music? What if Sony just shuts down their own music app? Right? What if? And then, don't even get me started with Nintendo. Don't even get me started with Xbox. Nintendo is the only one who still benefits off of physical games because they're comfortable charging them for $80. And the fan base is silly enough to buy it, to continue to buy it, This is the most vitriolic I've been. Well, probably. I probably am toxic at the moment. However, I am just annoyed with everything. We have $1,000 consoles coming up. We have $80 games coming up. And we have less and less ownership with that. Far less ownership than we've ever had, right? This is good for the investors. The stock went up 3%. It did. It went up 3%. Shot all the way up 3%. Why? Because they don't care about games. They don't care about gamers. I'm trying to tell you guys this. I've been trying to tell you guys this. They don't care at all. Why do you think that they're more than willing to shut down Destiny 2, being mid for all these years, and prop up Marathon? You guys just have to think. But no, this is the wrong time for me to ask people to think, because they've already spent their money, $100 for GTA 6, pre-order it, and it's just about to be preloaded on their console come November, right? This is why all those games scatter. Everyone's scattered. Either it's a September or October release, or it's a 2027 release. Forget about it, right? We're not going to be caught up in the facility of GTA 6. And let me tell you something. I'm not a fan of that fan base. I'm not. The reason why, I find them more annoying than Pokemon. I find them more annoying than the Pokemon or the any other fandom, Sonic fandom, that had their toxicity and nonsense to it. More annoying than that, because GTA people, they are mature, they're old enough to remember some of them probably. GTA 3, GTA 4, they've played Vice City. They're old enough to make their own decisions, their own financial decisions. They're the main ones crying about rent being $1,000, being $1,500, $1,800, but somehow you can scrounge up enough money to buy a $100 game. $100. And here's how they do it. They have it in $80, but you get extra missions and you get extra stores. You can access a virtual building in GTA 6 with the $100 edition, right? What store, what extra store is there that you can't already get with the $80 edition that is not repetitive in a sense? I'm just assuming that they're going to change up the skin of these stores and make it virtually different from the other ones. But they serve the same function. You have to spend money at these stores after completing the missions. It's the same function. There's no difference to this. There are stores, there are buildings. They're not even real. So why are we spending $100 on this? This is just to get into the game. This is just to get the game. Wait, no. You can't even get the disc. I was about to say getting the disc, but there is no disc. There is no disc. There will not be a disc. GTA 5 will be the last game in the franchise to have a physical disc. Right? Why should it matter? Why should it matter who plays digital or physical, right? If I can pop in a Helldivers 2 disc, physical, and play on the same servers as a digital owner can play on with Helldivers 2, and it's cross-play, then there's really shouldn't be any difference. Really. Each should be treated equally, right? The point of the hobby is that you're playing games that you want to play. That's the point of the hobby. These investors, as soon as AI came on the scene, all goodwill, all care for the consumers just left like that, as quickly as it came. So I'm more annoyed at that fact, but people cannot behave themselves. They cannot articulate themselves in a manner to be approachable, to be respectable, not even for themselves. That you had so many people that you would trust over the years who were just giving out their opinions or talking about the news for news sake. And what did they do in this situation? They attacked the physical owners. Now I think differently about you. Not in a manner of this, but perhaps it was just like, were you just part of the wave, the bandwagon? And then once this happened, you just decided to fully change? Really? You changed your tone, you changed your direction, how you approach things. You're not taking others into consideration, right? And there's arguments for digital distribution. I'm not outright against it. Half my library on PlayStation 5 is digital. However, majority of the games that I actively play now are physical. And I've shown you in my short video my half of my library, half of my physical library, right? I have these closets with like 10 or 12 games, 10 or 12 more games in there. Bloodborne, Senua is in there. Kingdom Hearts Collection is in there. Those are my favorite. Elden Ring is in there. Those are my favorite games I picked up recently, right? They're in that Sonic closet that you saw and the short video that I posted a while ago. And then I have my Xbox collection. Then I have my Steam Deck collection. And then I have my Legion Go collection, which is more so Epic Store games, Rocket League in a sense. Those sorts of things, you know? I diversify, but what hits really is going to GameStop. Bye-bye GameStop, right? Bye-bye to those jobs that's been around for a long time, servicing you. You just want to be ungrateful. Continue to be ungrateful. Bye-bye GameStop. But when you go to GameStop and you see the game that you wanted to play and it's half off, in fact, even better, it's one of those, it's part of those get 2 or get 4 and pay $40 or $20 off. A whole haul right there. You pick up the game, you go home, after you buy it, you pay for it, then you go home, you open it up, and it's like such a pleasant smell, like a new car smell. It's a new game. You pop it in, you wait until it copy and download the data, so stupid, but then you play it, right? That's the type of experience I got when I went to Best Buy earlier this week and got Chronos, the New Dawn. Imagine Resident Evil had a baby with Dead Space, with the sci-fi elements. And there you go, there's Chronos, which is actually a compliment in a way. I enjoy it. I enjoy this game so much. Why in the world are we buying full price digital single player games? Why in the world are digital games full price anyway? Why in the world is there a look of difference of a gamer's preference of being treated differently because they prefer physical copies over digital? It's the same server, it's the same game, it's the same price, $70, $80, $100. This is getting ridiculous, right? And y'all just went ahead and enacted another war that seemed to come to a close because we're all going to lose. And the corporations, they're only going to get richer. And the investors are only going to get richer, right? If you're a tech content creator, I want to challenge your perspective, not your position, but your perspective on things. Because the way how you come about it, you assume that you're going to be okay, but everyone else are not. Go on Amazon right now and tell me what's the price. Not that I will buy it. Tell me what's the price for The Last of Us Part 2 or Part 1 remaster, whichever. And then compare that to the current price right now, because it's not on sale, on the PlayStation Network store. One is full price $70. The other one is $34. Throw in shipping and handling. And it's still under $60. It's still under $60, right? There's beautiful collections on, like box editions, on for Nintendo Switch, on the Amazon store, right? And these are for games that I haven't even heard of, but they have beautiful artwork. You can't do that with physical. You can't do that with physical. I'm going back to art books, for example. A while ago, I bought Toon and Fairweather's, it was a fan art book called, I think it was the Souls, I'm forgetting the name, but it's most definitely a collection of the Soulsborne franchise, but just fan art. It's a beautiful collection. It has Sekiro fan art, it has Elden Ring fan art, it has Dark Souls 3 fan art, and it has the entire collection of Soulsborne fan art. You can't do that physical. It won't be the same value, right? I get tired of holding my tablet and my phone and my laptop in hand trying to show people stuff when I prefer a physical copy. I still print out my scripts as I write them. I still, look, there's so many YouTubers who do photography on here, and they print out their work, and you have to edit it differently because the paper is not being backlit by a backlight. So you need to edit in a way that is complementary to the paper, and it's so worth it. And if it's worth it for them, then it'd be worth it for me. If it's worth it for me to print out my scripts and annotate them, not on a stupid iPad, then it's actually beneficial because I'm using my brain to get things done, right? Why are unboxings still so popular on YouTube, even though that they're mainly they kind of fizzled out, but you can still get decent views doing it, an unboxing of tech? Why is that still the case? Sony just wants to do away with all of this to please their investors because they figured out, hey, it's now or never. It's now or never to show our true colors. It's now or never. So anyway, I want to thank you guys so much for watching. I'm sure some of you have very interesting comments to make. I will respond. I am approachable, unlike other people. But anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. Be sure to leave a like for the algorithm, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications. See you guys later. It is hot. It is hot. This is unnatural.